É. Tô jogando a Way Out? Oh, eu quero. É o mesmo lá daquela missão lá. Daquela que a gente fez, Anho. Que era marido e mulher. É. E vai ser o novo jogo deles, viu? Você é umas meninas que se transformam. E sabe o que é legal desse Way Out?
We've got company.
Invaders in the garden.
Ele não é. Você compra, o jogo ganha dois. Não. Não joguei esse aqui, mas o.
Another down.
Quando eu vi, eu tinha achado ele muito louco. Olha pro cenário.
That's one for us.
Olha pro cenário, olha as coisas assim. Sempre tem coisinha assim. Zóio Avowed tá muito louco. Acho que é pra cá. Você não presta... Se você não presta atenção no que o cara tava falando, começa a reparar no cenário. O cenário dá toda a dica.
Then roll! Let's finish this. Then roll! I was worried for a second.
Uma coisa certa. Uma coisa certa, jogar esse tipo de jogo com o Ricardo é foda.
needs fabric? Oh, you're back. What can I do for you? We still have various linens and silks in stock.
É. Acho que eu...
Well, if it isn't the one who finally cleared out the mines. Glad to see you. And you'll be glad to hear I can bring the prices down, too.
Ah, tá. Não tem nenhuma poção.
Let me know if you need... I'll be damned. Never thought I'd see star metal in my lifetime. Short answer, no. Long answer, still no. But the Forge Master in Solace Keep is probably your best bet if you're looking for someone who does.
Come on, where's your sense of adventure? No one can swing a hammer like you.
If you knew how rare this stuff is, you wouldn't ask me to risk it. Ismalt's meteoric apparatus. She's a beauty, isn't she? A traveler sold it to me ages ago. Poor bastard went up against something big out in the Highlands, limped back to town, and died a few days later. Needed the money to ship his body home. I hated to take it from him. Still, Adra inlay, brass filigree, whew. She could use a strong hand. You interested? If the stories I hear are anything to go by, like a kick in the teeth.
É, vamos pegar a menininha lá.
Who needs fabric? We still have stock.
You there, the one with the face. Perhaps I could entice you with riches in return for a simple favor?
Who needs fabric? We still have stock.
let me access it.
You there, the one with the face. Perhaps I could entice you with riches in return for a simple favor.
An entire settlement in flames? And they stole your research?
Yes. And I'm going to get it back.
Let it go, Yatsley. They'll kill you.
They can certainly try.
Oh, gods. And Adiran, what is it this time?
Don't worry, darling. The official Adiran envoy is here at my request.
What I want to know is why she's in the company of one of our own.
I meant to stop by, but I guess time got away from me.
I'll deal with you later. We have unfinished business. But your friend has some explaining to do. Why have you come to Thirdborn? After what your people did in Emerald Stair, I can't imagine you carry an edict of friendship with you. No, Adir just supports her. In arms, politics, and kith.
I know you're upset, Tamati, but don't take it out on us. I'm furious too, darling. That monster stole my research as she burned my home. But you know, if this Adiran was untrustworthy, I'd kill her myself.
I apologize, Envoy. Eagle's Reach is a slaughterhouse. Dreamthralls siege our gates day and night. People are hungry, and I have not slept in days. So my temper is a powder keg, I'm afraid. I am trying not to explode. This isn't a courtesy visit, is it? I assume you're here delivering a message on behalf of Adir.
But Ludwin and her goons stole all my research on the Godless. She's up to something, and it can't be good.
What do you mean? Oh, gods. And she's going into the ruins to get it. Andra's depths. If I could help you, I would. The fact of the matter is, I'm in over my head already. I can't even protect the ruins myself. The Archmage Ringrim has warped the very reality of Shatterscarp. Let's just say there's a magical barrier around the ruins now. No one's getting in or out without Ringgrim's say-so.
Ringrim? As in from the Circle of Archmagi? She's here?
The very one. I feared you'd be excited. Her presence isn't a good thing, Yatsley. She flew into the Shark's Teeth a few weeks ago, and now that area is an impenetrable wasteland of ice. I heard there's an Adiran who had his mind utterly broken by her. He's still lost out there as far as I know.
Maybe even an entrance to the garden. We absolutely have to go inside and see for ourselves. The Circle of Archmagi don't get involved unless there's something they can gain. They're not really known for their altruism. Look at the Siege of Craghold. And that was just so that Lengrath could try and show up Consulhot.
The truth is, I'm up to my neck in catastrophes. Between the horde of Dreamthralls pounding on our gates and trying to keep peace with Adir, I've had to station guards on our borders to control who goes in and out, just to keep everyone safe. I never thought I'd say this, but the Archmage is the least of my concerns. So, Ludwin wants the ruins, but even if I wanted to give them over, Ringrim controls them. And good luck getting an audience with an Archmage. Yeah, absolutely no one wants to deal with an Archmage. Not unless they've got a death wish.
Look on the bright side. If we survive this, it'll make a great story.
When an archmage like Ringgrim decides they don't want to be disturbed, they make sure of it. There are rumors she uses the bones of the ancient dead to guard her domain. Yes, and please, I don't need to know more. Ringrim's given me and my troops enough nightmares already. I wouldn't blame you if you choose to run away. But if you want to find Ringgrim, head east of here, go past the Pargunin ruins, and when you see the ice, you're there. And Yahtzee, be careful. If Quilichi lost you, he'd never forgive me.
Oh, don't worry about me, Temerity. If my spells fizzle, I can always give a good lashing with my tongue.
That's what I'm afraid of. Good luck. Good. It might convince her to keep you safe, too. One last thing. Once you had a moment to settle in with Yahtzee, come back and speak with me. I need your help with something.
How exciting. We're off to see an archmage. To gain access to an ancient godless ruin. You do spoil me. I've just the fragrance for such an occasion. I want to make sure I smell my best when she kills us. Meet me by the tavern when you're ready to head out. Make sure all your gear is up to snuff. We are meeting an archmage, after all.
Thank goodness we have Yahtzee. Our little friend group needed a bit of chaos.
Patience, darling. I'll meet you at the tavern. Yoo-hoo! Over here, dearie. Ah, there you are. It's rather rude of you to keep a lady waiting. I'll forgive you, though. It gave me a chance to dip into my notes about the Circle of Archmagi. One does not simply waltz into an Archmage's domain unprepared. Tell me, dearie, how much do you know about Ringgrim? Well, with her skill in spellcraft, she certainly could do so if she wanted to. The Circle of Archmagi are the most powerful magical beings in Aora. Whatever the reason, the fact that she's here at all is significant. Aldra's titties, the Circle sent the Archmage of Terror. Oh, she's just brilliant. Well, Nakukubel is the largest of the godless ruins. It's still got its share of secrets. There must be something in there of interest to Ringgrim. Probably something powerful. I knew I liked you, darling. I'll be with you every step of the way. Those Steel Garrote bastards stole all my research about the godless. They'll get to the garden first over their dead bodies. I can show you the way to Ringgrim's domain, but we should travel lean. The less of us there are, the less likely she'll take notice. You'll need me to get you in the door, so who's staying behind?
I promise we'll get into the right amount of trouble.
Perfect. Oh, this is going to be fun.
Comerciante aqui. Tem uma missão por aqui.
You there, the one with the face. Perhaps I could entice you with riches. Simple favor.
Damn my eyes.
Welcome to the Dead Swordfish. I wondered when I'd see you around here. What can I do for you? Are you kidding? After what you did at the gates? Anybody who's anybody comes through my tavern. Just a matter of when. Now, did you want something, or are you just here to see me? That's an understatement. You want to hawk wares, you come to Thirdborn. Legitimate, or, well, you know. Nothing like Paradise, of course. But people here are a little more forgiving than the Adirans. Oh, no offense. Never thought an Adiran would opt out of proselytizing to me. Actually, I've been waiting for a few barrels of mead to come through. My supplier Falkeen has been sitting on it. Some Adiran oomph should change his mind. I'd be happy to reward you if you don't mind talking to him. Now, did you want something, or are you just here to see me?
Poção de essência é importante. Gaso é também importante.
Another day, another drunkard. If you're going out to the Highlands, watch your back. They're dangerous.
My dear envoy, Just the sight of you recalls fond memories of more civilized days. I would know it in your bearing, envoy, even if I did not recognize your face. You must be high crown born and bred. I visited in better days, spent many nights in her ports.
If he loves the Empire so much, perhaps he should go live there.
How I miss the sight of your strapping tall grass pikemen on parade. I'm afraid I don't make it down the coast much anymore. Not since the loss of my men. Ugh, I'm wandering. Forgive me, envoy. This land takes its toll on my mind and spirit both. I am Nagunu, beleaguered captain of an incorrigibly roustabout crew. Dear Tawe, Koa, Ranga, they saw Adir with me, then abandoned me here. Oh, I miss them terribly.
Nostalgia and alcohol are a dangerous mixture.
I am drunk on memory only, and perhaps some regret. I only wish I could invite my crew to my table, to share one last drink and part as friends. Those are old wounds, envoy. Old wounds. Better not to reopen them. Not unless you want to see me weep. We took a job that was meant to be our last. It would have made my name, made their fortunes. Well, there's always a risk, isn't there? Putting money between friends. They robbed me, envoy, and dumped our cargo in the sea. And for what? Money. When we could have had such fellowship. It was symbolic. I was not the leader they needed. Now I wish to show them how I've changed. I wish to forgive them.
Olha isso.
You would do that? Venture out into the wastes to look for them? I knew the moment I saw you, you were a paragon of your people. If anyone could convince Tawe, Koa, and Ranga to share one last drink with me, it's you. Just to the northeast, living by an oasis in the Sand Sea. No fence, no walls, no roof, exposed to the world. But that's our Tawe. Nothing ever troubled him that the stars couldn't fix. Deathly serious, Koa was, about every little thing. Fled to the shark's teeth with a few others when the plague came. He always had a fragile soul. She's a scholar of munitions, happier in the hold with gunpowder than out beneath the sky. I expect she's still holed up in the mine outside of town, polishing her arms. Of course, you have been more than generous with your time as it is. Oathbinder guide you in the Emperor's work, envoy, and in all your labors to come.
We've only heard one side of the story. His crew went their separate ways for a reason.
You there, the one with the face. Perhaps I could entice you with riches in return for a simple favor?
Hello, friend. Has anyone mentioned you look especially fungal today? Really, it's radiant. I've got a bit of a personal matter, and I'd appreciate some help. Why are you bringing the authorities into this? Have you spoken to Hajime? He doesn't need to be involved. Look, there's a great reward in it for whoever helps me. Wink. No. Wink. Long story short, my friend, I ordered some goods, something I'd rather stay private. Embarrassing, you know. So, I'm quite desperate for a friendly and discreet courier. Oh, you know, I'm just an intensely private person. My supplier has sequestered himself somewhere with my package. To find him, I'd have to follow the path. They communicate through graffiti, if you can believe it. I've not been able to find any of it, though. Maybe you'll have better luck. What? No! That's crazy! You're so crazy. We certainly don't need to tell Hajime about our crazy ideas either. Ah, good. Thank you. Well, looks like you best be off. Be sure to get there and back quick as you can. I'll be here waiting. Don't forget your friend Daiko and his completely legal package that you said you'd pick up.
It'll be good to have just a little less crime. Put him out of his enjoy scalp. Let me know when I've heard of throwing rocks at people, but not the other way around. Ah, hello, stranger. Welcome to Thirdborn. How can the Tiranui help? Really? Which one? One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates. One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates. Well, off you go then. Back to killing things and leaving me alone.
Nossa, encontrei um sem querer.
what are you gonna do to impress her?
Oh! I'll balance my dagger's pommel on my finger while I drink a pint.
You sure that's a good idea? You got all the scars on your hands, isn't it?
Nah, I'm getting better at it. You'll see.
If you say so.
Well, at least we know where we're going.
Do you know anyone from the Handa cult?
I know a lot of people, and just as many secrets. Why do you ask?
Seeds of change. Their petals sprout across the barren land. They sing to the unwanted ones, and the unwanted ones sprout in turn. The soil remembers what it once was. It will soon be whole, safe. A name given to the land, not asked for. You see why the parasites are loathed? The soil does not want these cities. It yearns for silence, for the kestrel song. But first, the sprouted ones will grow. They will bring the stillness and the birdsong. The air was not meant for voices. The soil was not meant to carry buildings. We want all of them gone. We wish for life to flourish again. Pilchards growing on bushes. Life that should not be here. Death nourishes the soil. All things come from the rot. The spider devours her mate to lay her eggs. We ponder. Dream of shifting sands now. We will speak again.
Não gostei dessa não. É pra cima. Seja lá. Quando você não acha.
Wouldn't have done it to go to meet us.
That's done? Who's hungry?
Que negócio chato.
Look alive. We got a customer.
Look, unless you know where the whetstone for my scalpel is, can you go away? This is a pristine specimen, and I've been looking forward to this all day. So share, no matter how nicely you ask.
Parte and the Tiranui will never find us up here. First buyer, can you believe it? Greetings and salutations, traveler. Welcome to our shop. Still a work in progress, of course. But once you stop being blurry, we can get to business. Oh no, my vision's perfect. Just since I got bit by that giant spider, things have been blurry. It probably wasn't even venomous. The bite's not even that itchy. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about, but Kauka can take a look at me once our business is concluded.
Unfortunately, I'm much better with things that aren't so alive. We can talk after you die, though.
I'm sure I'll be fine. Really, it sounds like you worry too much. You just happened to find our secret hidden sign? Tell me, did my brother send you?
For an honest merchant with nothing to hide, you ask a lot of questions.
Can I ask just what he expected? Did he think sending a messenger would make me forget what an ass he is? Wow, you must be a mind reader. It's just like Daiko. Now that I've done all the legwork, he just wants to swoop in and take half of everything. He's always been like this ever since we were children. Clearly, I'm the more industrious brother. Why? What part of illegal substances made you think speaking to the Tiranui was the best move? Why did you have to bring my brothers into this? Yeah, Hajime and Daiko, my brothers. Wait, did you not know? But everyone says we look so alike. We all have our mother's eyes. This is what I get for mixing business and family. I should have known better. I thought that since Daiko and I were twins, we'd be similar enough for us to not fight. Guess I was wrong. Now you tell me. You know what? It doesn't matter. As long as I get paid. Preferably more than Daiko. Here's the package you wanted. That'll... Whoa. Couldn't feel my head for a moment. Oh, that'll cost you, of course. Will you really not pay me?
Oh dear. Not blessed with brains, was he?
The first one's always free. Or so I have heard.
Oh, I get it. A free sample. And then you'll tell your friends, right? In that case, I thank you.
Don't count your chickens before they hatch. We haven't even tested your wares.
Oh, and be careful. It's supposed to be an especially potent batch. Tell your friends, the friends not right here with you, I mean. Actually, before you go, am I the only one who just lost their vision? Oh, I don't feel so good.
Dead? I told him that spider bite wasn't supposed to be the size of a melon, didn't I, Shizu?
Yes, Kauka, you did several times.
Several times? Now I'll have to find someone else to let me dissect bodies be fined. Ugh, it'll take forever.
I don't think I could do what you do. Too many unknowns.
But that's what makes it interesting, dearie. For the camp of an official Adiran envoy, I was expecting a little more. A proper bed, at least. But I suppose this will do for now. As long as you have a bath, of course. I always ask nicely. But as riveting as it is to complain about our accommodations, I imagine you have another topic in mind? I'm the only buyer you'll find here, and I already have the job. A lesson for next time, darling. It's always worth some haggling. Unfortunately, it's been quite some time since I've met another who focused on the godless as I do. And I imagine I'd be more knowledgeable on the subject than anyone else you could find. Technically, yes. Well, it set me on the path, at least. When I got my first grimoire as a child, I was trying out some of the fancy new spells I'd been given. I was attempting a simple illusion spell, but I must have slurred my words. The next thing I know, everything was on fire.
Gostei dela.
I'm sure they were sick to death of hearing me speak of the Circle of Archmagi. Oh, Lendegrath transfers their memories. Reengrim is a master illusionist. There's someone named Tane. I'm sure they thought it was harmless. Not that I'd burn down the house. What is childhood but for silly things? When else can you get away with arson? My father was able to pull me from the flames as my mother doused them. I burned myself badly enough to give myself some vivid dreams, but the house still stood at the end. Just the usual things. Not studying for an exam, having all your teeth fall out. They're not nearly as enjoyable as my more provocative dreams. Oh. Well, just be sure to have a quick release knot if you ever make that fantasy reality. Someone should learn from my mistakes. I certainly have no intention to.
Goodness, we're feeling very honest today, aren't we?
As delightful as you are, we've much to do and less time to do it in. Shall we go?
Does anyone have a copy of the Theorems of Pangram? I want to try something. Despite everything that's happened, I'm so grateful to be working with Yatsli. In many ways, Quilici has been like a second father to me. But Yatsli, she's like my dirty aunt who's up to no good. Well, she's an expert in that field. While I have your attention, I've been thinking. Why is Inquisitor Ludwig suddenly interested in godless ruins? When it comes to her, there's never any good news. We should be ready for anything. Something tells me Ludwig isn't finished with us yet. You know me, always ready with an answer. Go on then, don't be shy. Anyone in particular? I warn you, I'm not the best judge of first impressions. Of course, she's brilliant, open to anything, and sees the world as she wants it to be. Yatsli gave me my first glass of wine, and the courage to approach a special someone. We have a lot of catching up to do. No one to get jealous over. To call it a relationship would be an insult to the word. But it was fun while it lasted. Animancy is the study of life. Unfortunately, we get so busy that we forget to live. So a little roll in the hay is good for the soul. Yatsli taught me that. Well, not the part about rolling in the hay. That was my idea, and I don't recommend it. Indeed, old friends. When they died, Yatsli protected me. Made sure I had one consistent person in my life. I think that's why she gave me that glass of wine. why she encouraged me to live my life to the fullest. She was making sure I hit all the milestones I could have missed. Now that she's traveling with us, maybe she can teach you a thing or two. I think that covers everyone. And if my good opinion changes, you'll be the first to hear about it. Go on then. I'm listening. Pleasant dreams. Yatsley, no pressure, but...
Listening to Yatsley's thoughts about godless ruins is one thing. Bringing her along for the rest of the trip is something else. I don't know, she's alright, okay? But how would she know how to get to the garden? If she's read anything about the garden, it was written centuries ago. Obviously, things have changed since then. Bothered? Petraku. It's my job to guide you as safely as possible. What you're doing isn't safe. I'll go along with whatever you decide. Just don't be disappointed when she doesn't show you what you wanted to see. Anyway. Fine. You've been patient enough, I suppose. Right. Solace isn't an easy place to live. The food is stale and meager. The water tastes like steel and old meat. Everyone knows everyone else. No privacy, no silence, no time to yourself. You understand. Good. Solace is a walled keep in the harshest region of the lands. Isolated is an understatement. Honestly, all of that was fine. But there was a peculiar kind of silence I didn't love. Nimdut, I was being dramatic. I have only the faintest memories of my parents, which was fine. I had friends and mentors and trainers and elders. When I asked about my real parents, though, they just told me I was safe now, and that the Wardens were my family. I never knew if my parents were alive or dead. I like to assume that they had died fighting some giant monster in the Tusks, but no one would say. When I asked for more, they changed the subject, like I wasn't worthy of a backstory. I mean, I know the important part. I'm from Solace, for whatever that's worth. My oldest memories are of Solace. My oldest friend is from there. Maybe, maybe not. I've learned to stop worrying about it. Let's make sure they're not listening. The only one we haven't talked about is Yatsley. I don't trust her any further than I could throw her, which honestly isn't that far. She actually goes down into these ruins on purpose, just to see what's down there, I guess? And now she's trying to lead us to the garden. Might as well be searching for WoW's wacky wagon of mysteries. Nah, I'm sure she knows what she's doing, but what if she doesn't? Ask away. What else is there? No idea. What you see out there is what you get. What do you need? Right, changing the subject. Thanks for talking. I have something I want you to drink.
I'm not falling for that.
I suppose if you're on a wild goose chase, there are worse places to do it. least I know how to deal with those sorts of things. Rope, lantern, extra water skins. Yatsley's got you going in all sorts of abandoned ruins. Who knows what's down there? More questions, most likely? And spiders. No, why would I be? I just want to make sure we've covered all the options before we dive headfirst into another deadly ruin. Right. Just keep it in mind, I guess. Anyway. Pleasant dreams.
Did you leave anyone back home?
I left everyone I knew.
Thirdborn. If it weren't for the Leviathan skeleton in the middle of town, I'd hardly recognize the place. Well, that's what I'm trying to nail down. You ever come back to a place and feel like the buildings are smaller and the colors are duller? Thirdborn was always this rugged oasis. Dangerous and out of the way, but bursting with vitality. It was a harbor for larger-than-life types. People like Capo, the Leviathan Slayer, Tama. Glory seekers, trophy hunters, warriors trying to leave their battles behind. People who built around their stories and their scars. All that vigor's been wrung dry. Being back, it felt like we were watching Thirdborn die a slow death. That I abandoned. Yeah, you're right. I think what's eating at me is that Thirdborn seems rudderless. The Dream Scourge is one threat. Conflict with Adir is another. The Living Lands is changing, and Thirdborn feels like a barnacle on a moving ship. Temerity's leading them as best she can, but towards what? What are we doing out here besides surviving? Or it'll go the way of the godless in their ruin. Not sure which idea makes me more uneasy. What about you? You were sent by your emperor to investigate the Dream Scourge. Since then, you've died, met a secret god, and gotten swept up in tensions between your empire and our scattered settlements. You released Igwolf, but you didn't stop the Steelgrowth's attack on Fjord. Do you know what you're sailing towards, or are you drifting with the tides? It's nice to know I'm in good company. Thanks for talking. I hope Thirdborn is able to find its way somehow. And I've got answers. Some of them may even be true. What gave it away? My finely pointed teeth? Or the striking blue of my scales? Fair enough. My people are known to roam. Almost as much as Marius's more far-flung brethren outside the living lands.
Right. Sounds like Pargrun and elsewhere know better than to stay cooped up in a keep somewhere.
Rauatai's hardly a hospitable environment. Many of us end up settling elsewhere, or making a living on the go. That's where you get the popular image of the Amawa bodyguard or mercenary. That certainly doesn't hurt. Nor does the fact that many of us are excellent singers. If you ever find yourself in Tekoa, visit the Lore College to hear the chanters. In Deadfire, the Wana Water Shapers can sing the waves into incredible sculptures and devastating salvos. Then you must have come during our sunny season. Lashed by storms, battered by waves. We call it the rough country. And old trenchers say it's made us who we are. We do a lot of digging for irrigation, drainage, warfare, the occasional village tournament. Anyone from Rauatai has spent enough time in some kind of hole in the ground to be on a first-name basis with the worms. So, trenchers. Those of us who leave are scramble roots, hardy weeds that can survive just about anywhere. You'd fit right in with the Ranganui's inner circle. It's true that the same things that make Rauatai a difficult place to live have shaped our people and our kingdom. Our coral masons have built living harbors and fortifications along the coast to protect our ships and shelter our cities. For all our shortage of fertile soil, Rauatai's land is abundant in saltpeter, copper, iron, most of the other materials you need to outfit your military with weapons and cannons. We value struggling and striving together. It helped us survive and build one of the most powerful navies in Aora. It's been hard-won across a variety of conquests, cooperatives, and trading colonies. Some of the traditionalists worry that prosperity is making us as complacent and soft-handed as our rivals. Same as traditionalists everywhere. Me, I prefer the simplicity of the living lands. Kill the thing that's trying to kill you, and hope it has some edible meat on it. You're asking me? I'm not much of a gossip. Okay, who do you want to know about? Long enough that he's got a good roster of stories about my blunders in the wilds, which he'll remind us of constantly. He's got a soft heart under that gruff exterior. He feels things more deeply than he lets on. So, if he burns the stew one evening, maybe don't mention it. That's just how he shows affection. He's deeply loyal to people once he gets to know them, and he likes companionship more than he lets on. He just has a funny way of showing it. I think he left Galawain's tusks suddenly, and under unfortunate circumstances. He's never spoken directly about it, but that's what I put together, and it explains a lot. Losing home, losing the people who gave you a sense of yourself, it leaves a mark. But don't tell him I told you that. Seriously. Yeah, given everything that comes with being an envoy, I bet that's especially refreshing for you. And don't worry if he starts badgering you. It's his way of showing he cares. She's got a lot of heart, and she's loyal to her people and their principles, even when it costs her. Giada's lost her home, but kept her resolve. It takes a special kind of person to weather what she has and emerge stronger for it. She'll have a lot to figure out after all this, but she's gonna be okay. I don't. It's creepy, it's dangerous, and it's driven by more bad ideas than good ones. What's more, too many of the people behind it are more interested in seeing what they can do than wrestling with what they should do. But my reservations aren't going to put an end to it. And Giada, at least, is a voice of reason.
Já volto já, pessoal.
She's young. She'll get there. Until then, there are certainly worse things to be driven by. You know, just when I was thinking our little group was getting too solemn and serious, we met her. Sometimes I think she lives in her ruins and grimoires rather than in the real world with the rest of us. But she keeps things interesting and keeps us on our toes. What's more, she's a good friend to Giada. And Giada's a good influence on her. I'm pretty sure Yatsley flirts with everybody. I don't read anything into it. Don't get me wrong, she's a striking woman, but she and Quilici have a good thing. I'd never get in the middle of something like that. Yeah, and both of those subjects fly way over my head. I prefer dealing with things I can see and make sense of. I just hope she keeps some part of herself grounded with the rest of us. She's brilliant, but I worry that the real-world consequences of the forces she plays with are academic to her. Maybe I shouldn't. Okay, but only if you let me turn that question around once I've answered you. I think you've been trusted with a nearly impossible task. When we first met, I thought that was because you made some powerful enemies back home. But as I've gotten to know you, I think that if anyone can stop the Dream Scourge, it's you. What's more, you've got your head and your heart in the right place. You haven't let your duties or loyalties get in the way of being decent and reasonable. More importantly, though, you've been a true friend to me. At the end of the day, I'm proud to fight alongside you. And there you have it. Your turn now. Wow. There was a time I would have brushed that off. Before you helped me at Tama's memorial. That's about the highest compliment you could give me. Thank you. Really. Sure. Yeah, it happens. Sharing the road and sharing each other's battles. But out of all the people I've fought alongside, I haven't gotten to know many of them as well as you. You always know what to do. It's like you've got an internal compass guiding you. Not many people have such a clear sense of direction, especially in situations as complicated as these. I never thought I'd feel this at ease again with anyone else, much less myself. But you helped me face loss, regret. After drifting for a long time, I finally feel like I belong again. Thanks. It's a new feeling, but I'm getting used to it. So whatever you need, whatever it takes to finish this journey, I'm with you. To the end. I'll tell you what I can. Should I break out the booze? Check your bedroll for fangworms.
Singing sand, we feel the essence seep from the ruins. The cooling east wind, candor, that is why we speak to you. A lion kneels, a blight before it, spells and suspicion at its back. What ruled the land alone now seeks the safety of the pride. A crystal shimmer, friend or hunter? Let it in and see. We feel the people of Thirdborn huddle together in the dark. We smell desperation, panic. Then, the seasons change. They turn to each other. spark. A name the Akita used, now lost to time. We touched the unfamiliar surface. What do you know of this? For years, we watched the Akita share their food and tie their hands. Gifts, promises. Why do they undertake these rituals? Still, the word eludes our grasp. Perceive the ocean in a drop.
Olha isso.
Do its waves sing to you? Spring turned to winter. A soul torn from its rightful home. This we understand. New leaves breach the impenetrable clay. A bush unfurls amid the suffering and strife and blooms. Nothing should live here. How can it sprout? From what well does it spring? Four arms build together, a fence made stronger, peace restored. We have learned much. Dream of shimmering scales as you rest.
Depois eu vou voltar no acampamento e vou ver se eu faço essa armadura de novo.
Wait! Oh, I can't take it. We must try the drugs. Sure, Daiko might know, but what if it's an aphrodisiac? Yes! Oh, I knew I liked you for a reason. Bottoms up. About the same. Andre's titties. I get more of a reaction from a pinch of Svev.
I think we've been duped. Rather disappointing. Drug dealers are usually so reliable.
Why do you cloud your eyes? Could we not have shown you these things?
Well, it was worth a shot.
Voltar aqui.
Who needs fabric? We still have stock.
Oh, you're back. What do you want? We just keep the peace in and around town. We're just a bit overwhelmed right now. Apparently, some here think I'm not doing enough. I'd like to see them try. Something illegal in the only town for miles? You should sign up for the Tiranui. We could use smart folks like you. I'm sure something untoward is happening, but I can't do anything without proof.
Brilliant deduction, Constable. You're a credit to law enforcement.
Yeah, well, thank you for being such a good citizen. Make sure to come back once you've got something I can actually work with. Well, off you go then. Back to killing things and leaving me alone. Oh, you're back. What do you want? Wait, was it an elf and their two strange friends?
No comment. Whoever we did or didn't see, I didn't see or not see them.
Oh, they're very well known to me. Thanks for letting me know, Envoy. What did you even get from them? Sure, I'll take extra special care with it. I wish this was the dumbest thing these two have done. I think they were born tricksters. They certainly found their fun at my expense growing up together. Our parents had to step in more than once to get them in line. Guess it just never took.
Barrett's balls. Is everyone in Thirdborn related?
Didn't you know? The twins are my brothers. Though I guess I can see the confusion. I do take more after my mother. I'll have to have a talk with them, especially now that Aiko and his friends won't be allowed back in town. Do you get the job back home of telling folks their loved ones are dead? You're just stellar at it. I suppose it was only a matter of time before his stupidity caught up with him. Well, seems like I have to thank you for letting me know. I'll just add it to my to-do list. I should check in on Daiko, too. I hope he's not crying. I never know what to do when folks cry. Here, we hand these out to the kids from time to time. Makes them feel good about helping. I'll take the drugs from here. So again, thank you so very much for helping the community. Have a nice day.
Who needs fabric? We still have stuff.
terceiro, né?
The matchmaker, see?
Well, you insist.
Nicely done!
Knives and shadows!
Fire in the brush!
Devour!
I thank you.
Never had a chance.
Stinging glory in the brush! Tear it apart!
Check her right.
On point. Speed up. What's your flank?
Watch your back.
Don't you die on me. Gather round. That was a close one.
It's fabric. We still have stock.
Oh, you're back. What do you want? Really? Which one? One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates. Well, off you go then. Back to killing things and leaving me alone.
No, Dario. I'm not doing this.
This is your fault. You went soft on that merchant. Barely nicked him. Reckon he lived and ratted us out to the constable. So we're gonna lay low in these ruins and sit on our haul. Who knows? Maybe we'll find treasures inside that'll make us rich.
Rich? You're gonna kill us all. Wow's eyes. Who are you?
Hey, first of all, we only bled that merchant a bit. Still quite alive when we left him.
I don't like this, Dario. This is how we get ourselves killed. First you said we should come to the Living Lands, and I went with you.
Stealing from that merchant was your idea, though. And credit where credit is due. It was a solid one.
Now you want me to break into some dungeon full of traps? I've had it.
Kuta, wow, if it bothered you that much, you should have said so. Told you we should have gone into the ruins instead. I told you it'd be simpler. Now look what happened.
We've got company!
Under my protection! Not bad, boy. Quick as a fox!
There, heal yourself! Quick!
Who needs fabric? We still have stock.
Oh, you're back. What do you want? Really? Which one? One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates. Well, off you go then. Back to killing things and leaving me alone.
Who needs fabric? We still have stock.
How does...
for the wheel.
They're off! They're off! They're off! They're off!
E agora a gente fica por aqui assim que eu pego essa recompensa.
Who needs fabric? We still have stock.
Oh, you're back. What do you want? Really? Which one? One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates. Oh, wait. That's everything off the board, isn't it? Good job. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go pass out.
acabou essa recompensa, agora vamos para... Vamos parar por aqui por hoje. Já